Hello guys, and welcome back to the Feed the Beast Ultimate World. So, I'm not sure if y'all could tell from the last video I did, the last update, but I have basically completed this world. I've completed the tech tree, and I think it's now time that I move on from this world. It's been over 2 years of playing it. I'm not sure if I'd ever really come back to it a lot. I mean, it's mainly just been me by myself here, you know. We came out of this little hidey hole. This is where we started out. So I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a world tour of everything. So yeah, we started out in this little hole. I've always kept it here, mainly just to remember where it all started. Um, to get all the marble for the house, I basically dug out this huge area. I believe, yeah, I mined all this by hand on a. I remember I was in London when I really started playing this world for a week, for a 2-week trip, and that laptop, it sounded like a jet engine was taking off the entire time, and it felt like a hot plate was just sitting on my lap when I was playing. And so basically, came out here. This used to be a whole volcano. This, I believe, yeah, this was the starting floor. If I can get a way in. Yeah, we have a little bit of damage here, but I'm willing to keep it. But yeah, this was where we originated in terms. Oh my god. I actually haven't played this world in a while. I've been playing Feed the Beast, Unleashed, Monster, and Resurrection. I've been doing all those worlds all at once, and plus I've been playing a lot of Destiny. But yeah, so we started out in this room. So that was actually, yeah, as you can see, we actually saw all the piping and stuff, which is not even necessary anymore because I don't even use it. But yeah, I had a system where I would throw in stuff here um, with all these piping setups here. It'll bring it back. If I had macerator stuff, it would go up to the top. Compressed or recycling. Yeah, I had a whole lot here. Then I also had geothermal power for some time, which power is actually going down quite a bit. There we go. Yeah, we're getting quite a lot of power. I'm pretty sure this 26,000 is just solar alone. So we got that going for us. But yeah, when I originally started out, we had some geothermal power going for Nether. Then we also have induction furnaces and a macerator. And compressor, which I mean, it's been salvaged now, and a recycler. Those really got me started. And pretty much the nice thing about these older versions is UU matter was a big thing, and that was pretty much your currency for a lot of things. Like, if you're rich in UU matter, you can pretty much do anything you want. So, I did quite a lot of quarrying and everything. So, like, over here, like, there's been a lot of world damage due to the mining, and I was really neglecting how I wanted the world to look, so it does look a bit ugly. However, at the same time, I got pretty rich pretty quick and compared it to how people in the normal world actually act. But yeah, yes, did mining, and we basically increased the building a bit. We added a couple floors. Let me show you what a nether looks like, just for a moment. And also, here's the enchanting table. I literally never used that. I just had it there just to say I had one. I really kept everything minimal, because everything was so far apart that I just had like 1 or 2 cables connecting everything, the ME cables and the power. If you're wondering why there's no sound, it is because, well, it just doesn't work. And, oh my god, the render distance is so far away. But yeah, I pretty much sucked up as much lava that I could that was reasonable before like solar panels became more logical. I believe I was getting a couple thousand EU a tick with lava, but once I had some ultimate solar panels going for me, it just didn't make sense anymore. I just shut down the lava entirely. Now, so we got this building here. This is where we started, but now I was like, hey, so the first thing, so this is before lava, by the way. I was like, hey, I need a basic constant flow of power. So trees immediately became my priority. So this is where this building comes in play. It started out just having the one floor here. this was my first little farming pad. Put these harvesters with diamond upgrades around it. And so the second the tree grows, it gets harvested and it goes into my ME network. Now I don't really have a good way of going in without having to go all the way to the top other than the teleporter network, but I'll get to that in a sec. So I can pull the lever towards me to stop the power to the tree farm altogether. But I'm just going to keep it running because it really doesn't matter at this point because I have so much storage, it just doesn't matter. Now, when I first started out, I actually put a whole bunch of furnaces here, like hooked up to the power line before I had all the infrastructure in place. I had a lot of issues with this because I had to always manually like refeed all the furnaces with charcoal and wood because I was running out of power. But now we don't have to worry about that because it is all taken care of. What else do we have here? Right here is where we smelt all of the charcoal should we need it, but I really don't at this point. Crafting monitors, real deal. Here, so I got into biofuel a little bit. I never really took advantage of it. So we have 2 layers of what are these? Fermenters? Yeah, so they take in compost and they take in oak saplings and a bunch of water. The water I supply using aqueous accumulators. You need a couple of these per floor just to keep it running, or else you'll use too much water and they all run dry and then you have to restart them and it's a pain. But yeah, really compact design. However, I wouldn't recommend it personally. If you're trying to get into the tech tree really fast, you're better off just turning all your charcoal into steam. However, if you really care about your saplings and like wanting to get a little bit extra efficiency out of it, you can go for this. However, I don't really recommend it. It's not worth your time and resources because I didn't really have that much UU matter at the time when I was building this, so it was really difficult in terms of auto crafting and resource building. So yeah, our system is completely full of biofuel. I'll show you in just one sec. Yeah, this building holds the liquid storage. So this is creosote, this is monster essence, this was lava at one point, however, because I stopped doing it, I just drained it. Biomass and biofuel. So in terms of like backup power generation, this world is set. If I ever had anyone else like join this world, which I highly doubt it because this mod pack's so old. Yeah, if anyone ever wanted to join, like completely redesign the world, like add some more upgrades or anything, they could easily do it, no problem. When the fusion, so the last thing I built was a fusion reactor. When that's running, I can get about 80,000 EU a tick going through the system, which I know I could probably do more, however, it's just not necessary. Let's go to the next level. But yeah, so here is where I basically put all my steam boilers, so all the charcoal that I make, which that's why the tree farm is still in use now. They all go into all these boilers, and steam goes up to the next level. Now, and we also have another terminal, should we need to do anything. Then it goes up here to industrial steam engines, which gives me power, I believe, which goes into here, which hopefully this gives you a good idea of how much automation I've been doing. Yeah. So we need a constant flow of power and not just a small bit by any means. Like this room is necessary to keep this place running. All these are full as well. I was gonna fill up this whole floor with them as well, but I just couldn't be bothered because I just don't have a use for it. Because I just finished it all. So here's the teleporter room. Or it's not exactly a room, it's just a little pad. But before I started doing like massive upgrades and stuff, like getting into the tech, I had my mass fabricator running, and I just left it going on for about a couple weeks to get to about 180,000 UU matter. And using that, so once I got my first couple hundred, I basically made more solar panels with it to make more Iridium, and basically became like a domino effect until I ran out of uranium. That's the only material that I need to craft that I cannot create with UU matter. So that's why I did a lot of the quarrying, even after it wasn't necessary anymore. But yeah, so here is the storage room. Here I basically put an AFK thing here, oh, and also like a portal wall. So it's right here. So where did I start out? So yeah, so storage. Let's go here. So this is basically where all my ME drives are placed. So they're all here. These are all 60. Oh wait, almost all of them are. Yeah. So these are all the 64. Well, I had a lot of 1,000 or 1K drives before I started getting to 64s. But yeah, even with all this, I'm probably not going to run out of storage for probably a really long time. If I ever ran into the point where I needed more storage, I probably would have worked out a better solution. Like these store pretty much an infinite amount of one item. So if I wanted, I could probably just use these instead. Which, just storing all my wood, apples and everything. Wait, what? I don't know what that's doing, but yeah, so there's that. Let's go back real quick. What else do we have? Auto crafting. Wait, what's blast furnace? Oh yeah, this is where I converted all my iron into steel for some other upgrades that I've completely forgot. Upstairs, this gets me to my alloy smelting room. For some other upgrades, the bluetricity, I believe it was. I was looking into building like an automatic like mining thing, like the automatic quarry miners. That would have been a pretty fun project to do. I might even do that now. Like, I don't know. It's just the amount of the amount of time to do it. It's just something I don't have. But if I can, I'll figure out a way of doing it. That'd be awesome. But yeah, so I've pretty much hooked up teleporters all around the base because I do so much traveling. I need to go here, and I need to. Oh god. Still working out that. Maybe go to the crucibles, which, so, for example here, I turn all my redstone into molten redstone, molten ender pearls, transpose wolfranium, lithium. I'll get into that later. That'll probably be a better idea. But yeah, so what's the next place we gotta do? So yeah, tree farm, we already covered this. What's the next spot? Old base here. This is where we all started out. Also, near the top, we have our creosote generators and coke ovens. We got the Mystacraft, so we can go to different dimensions. I don't even know which one had my quarries anymore. Honestly, don't remember. I'm not gonna mess with that now because I'm pretty much at the point where I just don't need to. My armor, it's the modular, it's the power armor. Pretty much got every single upgrade that matters. Railgun for here. So before I had jetpacks, I would just use the railgun to fly. And actually, it worked a lot better than you think. So, we'll walk here. So then also we have IC2 Processing. So here is where I basically put a lot of my tech tree equipment. We got all the recyclers, furnaces, macerators and compressors, vacuum freezer, implosion compressor. This was for the solar panels, the ultimate solar panels. Titanium, chrome, I think this was for chrome. It's making something. Yeah, then we also made other things which I cannot remember at all. Oh, it turned air cells into normal cells here. But yeah, we needed a lot of power for this room, so yeah, there's that. How much power are we using in here? highly doubt we're using... Are we even using anything? Okay, we're using some there. What about here? Yeah, we're barely touching it. Like, I've turned a lot of stuff off because I just don't use it. Or I've just stopped production entirely. Whichever one. Also go back. So that was IC2 Processing. Storage. Now, so we've covered that. So pretty much... So let's see. Okay, so charcoal power plant. This is where I did a lot of my power generation originally. So I basically had a whole wall of just normal generators. In some of my old time lapses or progress updates, you would see this was just full of generators. I haven't started using the biofuel for some time to make a little bit extra EU, but once I started getting ultimate solar panels going in, it just didn't make sense. So let's look at the power line real quick. So we're drawing about 25,000 EU a tick, and that's just on batteries alone, or MFSUs. If this was like directly connected to the line, I'd say we would be hitting around 50 or 60,000 EU a tick. However, the reason why I have it on MFSU backup is because during the night, power draw is it's about an eighth of what it should be, like during the day. Yeah, 64 over 512. That's about 1/8, I believe. I think so. Yeah. So I want to have constant power through day and night, and having that set up does it for me. So let's go back to the thing. So the next interesting room I have is auto crafting, and this room I'm more satisfied about is because it's one of my underground projects that I made, and it's where all the processing for all my auto crafting goes, and it's just very well secure. I'm not sure why this one always breaks all the time. Probably because I have so many of them. And so basically, I've never even needed to use an entire assembler chamber. I've just never had a need for it. So all my recipes stored in here. I had the setup here where I can just go to here, or I also had a wireless access point here. But yeah, I also had a little modular table. Should I ever need to recreate stuff in here, I could do that. This is my main safe room, because if anything ever happened, I could just hide out here, and I would have access to all my resources at command, or on demand. Sorry. What else do we have here? Here goes to my biofuel, or my biomass generators, or biogas engines, and these would power the quarries. What does this do? Yeah, let's go back out. See, that was that building we were just in. That's the auto crafter, charcoal plant, blast furnaces, storage. This was my original Cactus Farm. This is where I made all the waterproof piping when I was starting out. I needed waterproof piping. I wonder if we can see some cactus fall. I made a little flower farm. Not that it ever did anything, but if I ever had flowers or anything and I just wanted to get them really quickly, I could just bone meal here, and then I would harvest. So there's that. What else do we have here? So Soul Forge, this is when I got into the mob farms, which I will show next. Pretty standard stuff, really, just a little Soul Forge here, the ability to combine souls together, the little soul things. Liquid storage, where I stored everything, liquid related. Blaze farm. Now, okay, so we had the alloy smelters, the bio engines, XP. So XP, this is basically where I would enchant stuff automatically. So let's say a sword, for example, a chromium sword, I would put it here. Yeah, so it would take a bit of essence here, auto-enchant it, and then we would go along over a day, which I'm actually kind of curious what enchants will do, because it actually stacks. So you do a level 30 enchant, keep doing it again, but it uses exponentially more mob essence, which is stored here. So I got that, I guess. So okay, so we have to Fobcraft. I'm going through all the crappy stuff real quick because I want to show the fusion reactor setup in a sec. Little Fobcraft room, never got into it that much. The tech tree, once I looked into it a bit more, the tech tree did everything I needed that magic could do, and because this was an older version of Fobcraft, there would be no point in learning this mod, only to have to relearn it like a couple weeks later. Got some power here. Oh wait, no. What did I do? Oh yeah, so I need to have a solar panel with a MFSU for the teleporter, because this is actually not a hooked up building. The only thing that's wired is the ME network, and there's no power line because the structure's so thin. I couldn't really do anything about it. So let's go to the mob farms. So we are on peaceful right now. However, when I go to easy, these are tier 5 spawners. And so we're using about a gig of RAM now. It's going up quite a lot. Entity-wise, it's not a big deal except for slimes, because they just build up so fast that it can't keep up, because they keep dividing. They're not like a normal entity where you kill them and they're just gone. No, they'll just keep dividing until it just can't handle it anymore. So my solution, what I did was I just had it here, and I'll just manually kill as many as I could, which actually worked. However, it got boring pretty quickly, so I just turned off mobs. Also, for Enderman, I needed to figure out a solution for that. So I basically built a little spawner pad near the top, and they basically fall to their death. They get collected here, and it tells me how many ender pearls we got, which it's not bad. We got 47,000. I mean, that's okay for a modded world. Building design, fairly standard. Nothing here is pretty. I'm not really a builder myself. Before I got into the automated mob farm, I basically built my own spawner pad here to try and get some mob essence, because I didn't realize soul forges didn't require mob essence to spawn stuff, so I built this and wasted my time. Now, pretty much, you might be wondering, how the hell did everything get wired up? Well, from that controller over there, you saw those 3,000 ME cables right here. So all this is going underground. Every building here is connected in some way, shape, or form, either by EU, MJ, and ME cables. So everything is all under one network. It was a pain because the power requirement to run it, I'm pretty sure is, I mean, it's definitely a couple hundred MJ a tick. And it's like, I don't know what the conversion metric is, but it's using a lot of power, I'll just say that. So what do we have now? What other places do we have to cover? SP, bioengines, alloy smelters, liquid storage, transposers. Right, okay, so I think we can actually do the fusion plants now. So let's go to the fuel section first. So the reason why you see that all these machines look like this is because they actually haven't loaded in yet. Because there's so many of them, it unloads the blocks and all its data until I get near them or need to use them again. So you'll start seeing some of them like get their textures back, probably one by one. Oh, or they all did it at once. But yeah, how are we doing on storage? Oh wow. But yeah, as you can see, so basically this setup How much are we using? We're using, oh wow, wait, what? That doesn't look right at all. Alright, now let's see what we're getting. There we go. So yeah, this creates all the fuel required for the nuclear or not nuclear, fusion reactor. So, I actually don't know what all this shit is called anymore. Hydrogen cells, and it makes deuterium and tritium all in one go. I went a little overkill in terms of what I needed, because I didn't know like how much of the deuterium or deuterium I needed, so I went overboard. Didn't really do my math right. So what was the other location that had relevance? Crucibles, transposers. So some of the recipes for like fusion reactors include iridium. Like if you just wanted to create iridium by itself, which doesn't really make sense because in order to build a reactor, you need iridium, which is done through UU matter. So this is the fuel, or not fuel, the materials to build iridium. Just on standby should I ever want to waste my time. And so let's go to the fusion reactor, the final building. See all the lithium and wolfranium. If I ever wanted to put them in the network, or not the network, the reactor, I could build iridium. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm trying to think. But yeah, so here's the reactor. So gaseous deuterium and tritium, it both goes into the reactor core. And it just makes me plasma, helium plasma, and using that plasma, I put them into plasma generators, and each one outputs 2438 EU a tick, so when we output this, we're getting 50,000 EU a tick, pretty much, which is not bad. Wait, on top of the other, like 30,000, was it, from the other base? Because that mass fabricator is running right now, isn't it? Pretty sure it is. Yeah, so we're getting 20,000. So yeah. So in the time I've been recording, we've made over 2,000 UU matter. So if that doesn't really give you a good representation of how power focused I've been, I don't know what will. But yeah, that's pretty much been this whole world. I don't really have any other plans for it. I just wanted to complete the tech tree by getting the fusion reactor. Once I got that, I basically considered it as I completed it. So I just want to thank all of you for sticking it out through the series. I know it's like only 10 of you, but just thank you for watching. I will be doing progress updates on Feed the Beast Unleashed next. That's the next mod pack I did. That's actually almost complete at the time of this recording. I just need to do teleporters around the base, which is actually going to be in the sky, and then I'll do a world tour on that, then Monster, which I'm still working on, which is really fun, actually. There's a lot of new mods in there, including big reactors. A lot of it's based on MJ now. It's not like EU based as much. So I'm still trying to get used to that. What I'm working on there is I'm doing solar panels, or I'm trying to get into that so I can just have passive energy, which makes it a lot easier. But for right here, this world is complete. I don't have any other plans. Maybe decorate it a bit, like have some friends come on and decorate it, make it look nice. Other than that, it's done. So like and subscribe for more content in the future. Comment down below for what video you want me to make next. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Have a novel day.